Okay, and now I'm going to walk you through the one piece of video that I shot on the day. Keep in mind, my apologies, this video is very, very shaky. I didn't have any sort of gimbal or selfie stick with me. I was exhausted. My clothes were completely soaked. It was like 100 degrees outside. So I was shaking. I was super excited to find what we found. And as I'm moving around this area, uh, yeah, the video is really shaky. I did stabilize the video and thought about using it, but when you stabilize it, it kind of blurs out a lot of the detail. And because I'm going to be freeze framing through the video, it was better to use the original one, not the stabilized one. And also keep in mind, I'm going to walk the entire length of this arrangement of stones, this stone complex, and it's impossible to just walk a straight line. There's trees in the way of all different sizes. There's all kinds of undergrowth, fallen trees and branches you can step on. So it's a little bit of a bumpy ride as I move from boulder 1 to boulder 7. Yeah, I think it's going to help you get an idea of what the place looked like. So we're going to start right here. That is boulder number 1, right in the center of your screen there, which I showed you earlier. And here we go. And this is a better look at this main stone pile. A lot of different types of stones, a lot of different sizes. Some of them are pretty big. It look like they would take at least a couple of people to move many of these boulders. And you can see trees, small trees, larger trees growing in and around and through this stone pile, which has probably been there for a very long time. Now, when I was first looking at this main stone pile, I was over in this area trying to find out where the pile ended. So as I was standing there, I noticed a stone, and you can see it kind of in the middle of the screen next to that sapling there. Just to the left of the sapling, you see kind of a longish, flat rock. It seemed out of place. It was a little bit larger than the other stones that are scattered around. So it got my attention. I said, well, it looks like the pile ends here, but there's another stone over here. So I decided to walk over to this other stone. So when I walked over to this other stone to kind of look around it and see if it was somehow connected to the original stone pile, I ended up looking to my left and found another boulder, or actually, the first really good-sized large boulder in the area. Boulder number 1 is about 18 inches by 18 inches. This one's probably 2 feet by 3 feet. And to the left of it and slightly up, you can see boulder number 3, which is about 2 feet by 2 feet. So I continue to move down through here. Then I realized, oh, there's a whole bunch more stones that are all over the ground here under my feet. Mostly mid-sized to large size, no small stones really in the area. Very, very few, like, baseball, softball size stones, if any at all, maybe a couple. And there's a pretty good shot of boulder 2 and 3. And then as we move further along, boulder 3 is there right in the center of the screen. And then the second stone pile is right here. Pretty good sized pile, a lot of big stones in it as well. You can see the ones that kind of look like looks like slate or something there in the middle of the screen with all the flat segments to it. And also the stone that's right there to the bottom of the tree seems kind of long. That's a pretty good sized stone as well. But as I recall, it wasn't quite as big as number 3, which you can also see in the same frame here. But there were some pretty good sized stones around in this second stone pile as well. And also appears that, if I can get it to look a little better, also appears that this tree has grown through these stones. There were stones like kind of just laying along the roots above the ground there. So I'm going to guess that this stone pile has been here way, way longer than that tree for sure. And get a better look. We see more stones down there. And then to our left, we see boulder number 4 coming into frame. It's a really cool looking one. Long and flat topped, about 3.5 to 4 feet long and probably just under 2 feet high. And this is probably the biggest boulder that I had seen so far. Definitely a little bit bigger than boulder number 2. Then not far from there, probably 6 to 8 feet at the most, you see another boulder number 5 right there, kind of near the center. As I showed it to you before, the stuff to the right of it is an old fallen tree, and this is boulder number 5, which may be embedded in the ground or part of the bedrock. I kind of think it's probably just sort of sunken into the ground there, about 4 feet long by 2 feet wide. And then as you look to the left, you see boulder 6 come into view, and that one is really striking. That's significantly bigger than all the other boulders, probably 4 feet long, 3 to 3.5 feet high. Not a lot of moss or any major discoloring on it. It's kind of a whitish gray color, so it really stands out. And when and it just so happened that the moment I came upon this stone, the sun just came through the canopy, the tree canopy above our heads, and really lit up this particular boulder quite dramatically. And you can see all the designs from the leaves on the trees above the stone, which gives it an even more strange appearance, very striking. And get closer, it's you can see there's some markings and stuff on the stone. I don't know if those were put there or not, or if it's just normal discolorations. But one thing that I noticed when I was looking at this video is if you look down to the right of the stone laying there on the ground, laying there on the ground next to the boulder, there's a smaller stone. And because the way the light hits some of these stones, it can kind of be misleading when you look at the video to know what actual color is of the stone. But so it's very possible this is like a gray color or a brown color. But the way it looks in this video, it almost looks like a chunk of quartz that's been stuck there or placed there, or maybe was there for a long time. I don't know. Go up a little bit further. The boulder, yeah, you see this kind of scratches and stuff on the boulder. But yeah, they're right there on the right. Almost looks like a piece of quartz. But I didn't notice it when I was there. Otherwise, I would have taken a much closer look. But kind of cool. Don't know if it is. I'm going to have to take a closer look when I go back, that's for sure. So we move past boulder 6. You see a few more stones on the ground. And surprise, surprise, you look up, and there's boulder number 7. This is the last boulder in the whole stone complex. I didn't take video of it, but earlier when I had found this boulder, I walked past it, I looked up, and that's where there were no more stones in the area once you got past this boulder to the south. So that marks the southern end of this arrangement of stones and boulders in this remote ravine out in Connecticut Hill. And right here at the end, I I take a look at it, and I tried to get an angle to kind of see the alignment of the stones. And there in the middle of the screen, you can see, boulder 6, and then right above it, that looks like number 5, and 4 a little bit behind that. That's about all you can see. But way behind it is where the original main stone pile that we found is located.